Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One dog.
It's your girl, BD.
Foreign's the fiance.
We are back, and we are back remotely because Tier 4 is a thing.
I wish you could see my face right now. I'm just so over it.
Yeah, this is very raggedy. It's very, very raggedy. I'm just like, wow, are we back here again?
I'm back.
This is how we're ending the year.
Literally. I'm even in my bed, so it's making me sleepy.
Me too. And my electric blanket is on and everything. So
I'm literally
if you see me slipping down, then
my
you know
eyes
what
are
happens.
like this, like closed.
You better wake your punk ass up.
Wake up!
Wake up! Guys, we're back. This is a credits episode for anyone if this is your first episode.
Yeah.
These are the mini episodes that we do where we just talk about whatever it is we want to talk about, and we don't
Whatever
actually
it
cover an
is.
episode.
Yeah.
Exactly. So as the year is drawing to a close, it's actually the last day of the year right now as you're listening to this. Well, as we've put out this episode.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! What's that from Friends?
I think so, yeah.
It is, yeah. Yeah, we thought we would just like kind of go over, like recap the year and talk about what we, want to achieve in the next year.
So the
I have this
recap is
thing.
the year has been shit. Podcast done.
Yeah. The year has been shit. Yeah, basically, I mean, do you know what? I feel like they really had us in the first half. I feel like the second half, that's a bit generous. I feel like the last quarter picked up a little bit, but then also came back down because Tier 4, here we are. I feel like...
Really, I don't feel these highs, and I feel like it's continuously been shit because maybe for me,
You don't feel like there were little peaks?
No, I'm hyper.
Your engagement wasn't a peak?
Oh, personal peaks, yeah, but
Yeah.
I was just talking about overall, like.
Oh yeah, overall it's been shit.
Yeah.
There's been some personal peaks which I hold on to in order to get through, but overall it's been shit. Yeah. That's undisputed. I think what makes it even shitter is that we had such high hopes for
2020.
year.
Do you know? I just remember saying
And it started off so well.
This is a new
I was in
decade.
Ghana at the beginning of this year.
Literally, this is a new decade. I was doing up Dirty December in Nigeria. I was like, this is a new decade. It's definitely going to be good. This is the year of this and that and the third. And COVID was like, oh, bitch, you thought.
Yeah.
You thought.
COVID said, hold my drink.
Yeah. Many times.
Yeah, I do feel though that I've learned some stuff this year.
Yeah.
And I think the most important thing I've learned is just not to plan anything ever again, because the level of disappointment, I cannot like, literally, I'm not, even my friend was like to me the other day, like, oh yeah, we should go somewhere, maybe like Maybank holiday. I said, I'm not planning anything.
Anything,
for at least the first half of next year. I'm not, because trying to chase up deposits, trying to chase up like, bank whatever's, and trying to cancel things, I'm tight. I cannot.
Yeah.
No more.
I cannot.
Literally. So I'm just like, yeah, I learned not to plan anything, is what I learned from this year. That's my takeaway from this year.
Yeah, I literally did say to my fiance yesterday, I was like, one thing like this year's just taught me is that if you want to do something, just fucking do it. If you have the chance to do it, don't say, I'll do this later, I'll do, because that later just may never come, whether it's via death or via lockdown. Like, you just don't know. Like,
and also like plans that things that you could have done may have been postponed now. Do you feel like there have been more engagements because of lockdown?
Yeah, I feel like when you're in lockdown or when you're in this period, you either find out you hate your partner or you realise that, like,
this is it.
Yeah, I can't do life without this person. And then you want to take things further. And you also just realise, like, life is so short. What are you waiting for?
I think that's what it is.
And I literally, because I remember saying that, like, if it wasn't for this lockdown, obviously I knew that my man was like the person I wanted to be with, but I don't know if I would have been as confident in being like, oh, I'm getting married, if it wasn't for some of the stuff we've gone through in this lockdown and being like, okay, I actually cannot do this life thing with you, and it's short. Life is too short for me to be like doing up limbo. I love you. Let's do this shit.
And that's what I think it is, like what you were saying. I think life is too short, right? Like, seize the day, carpe diem and that. Yeah, carpe diem and them, man, yeah. I feel like it's like, either you're like, okay, cool, what are we waiting for? Or it's like, yeah, I can't waste time like this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I need to go out and find the love of my life. Yeah. Love me Is that the song you're singing?
Yeah.
Okay, well done, me. Adding to the playlist. So yeah, I think this year's been a weird one for relationships. I mean, because there's been bare proposals.
Yeah, there's been a lot of proposals, which makes me feel like mine was just one of many. But I mean,
of course, it was one of many. You're the best person in the world.
I had the best caption, so.
I mean, yeah, you did. You did have that. That you had.
That I will always have had. Yes. But yes, no, yeah, it definitely was the year of engagements, and it's definitely like next year there are going to be a lot of babies born as well. Like I keep saying, if I was get the hell out. If I wasn't in lockdown with my parents, like 120% would have been pregnant by now.
Do you think?
Yeah, because what else are you going to do? You're working from home. You just log onto your laptop. Close the laptop.
Move your mouse around a little bit.
Literally, and that's it. Like, there's nothing else to do. 100% would have been pregnant.
So next year you said, yeah? Okay.
No, cool. I didn't say next year for me.
You said next year a lot of people are going to be pregnant.
Yeah, not me.
Are you not a person?
Nah. I am a immortal being. I am not getting pregnant anytime soon.
Girl, bye.
But yeah, I think this year's just been weird. And I'm happy to be ending it. So happy. But I feel like also sometimes like I have this voice in my head that's like, you keep going on about like, oh, you can't wait for 2020 to end. Like, some of these problems are following us into the 2021. Like,
I think what it is that, like, I think 2020 went to shit when Kobe died. I think that was like, okay, this is not going to be a great year kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think people wanting to get out of 2020 is kind of like, not to say that the problems aren't going to follow us to 2021, but just that I don't want to be here anymore because this is the year where all of this stuff happened, or stuff didn't happen or couldn't happen because of
COVID or
Corona.
Or whatever, yeah.
So exactly. So I feel like with 2021, it's almost like with every passing day, maybe not the UK because government are trash, but like we're getting further and further away from like the damage of COVID, or maybe not the damage. I feel like the damage is still kind of looming in terms of economically, but maybe like the presence or the like quarantining and lockdowning as a result of COVID. I feel like as time goes by, like in 2025, we'll look back and be like, rah, remember 2020?
Yeah.
Hopefully. And so 2021 takes us closer to that 2025 where we're
back.
further away. Yeah, I think that's what it is, because obviously COVID doesn't disappear or clock off at once it hits 2021. But I think it's just like, yeah, hopefully by the end of 2021, we should be in a better place than we are now.
Yeah,
this time because this time last year was lit.
Yeah,
we had no idea what was coming.
I feel like hopefully we are better versed in how to deal with this stuff,
right?
And we better know that okay, COVID's still about. There's still going to be some like limited movement, so it's not like a shock to the system.
And the vaccine will be more commonplace.
Yeah. I remember people saying when Kobe died, like, oh, this year's shit. Like, what the hell is this? And I was like, oh, guys, stop saying that. Like, yeah, it's sad he died, but it's just one person. And then COVID was like, hold my drink. Literally, it all started from him dying. It's just...
When that happened, I remember just... Because it was so weird because, like, me and my MCM were talking about Kobe at the time. We were actually talking about him. And then I think he was trying to prove me wrong or something. He was like, look. So he typed in Kobe Bryant. And then it was like, oh, Kobe's what? Kobe's dead? What? And I was like, shut up. It's kind of shit. And then, like, I took my phone out and then I looked as well. And then the news had just broken that he had died. And I was like, wait, what?
And I remember, like, first of all, I remember how it happened. It was like Kobe, first of all, it was like there was a helicopter crash that Kobe was in. And I was like, okay, maybe this man isn't dead. Then it was like he was there with like two of his daughters. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No,
then
just one.
No. The first news, because there was a lot of fake news. And then it was confirmed.
Even Rick Fox, they said Rick Fox was there.
Yeah, Rick Fox. And then it was confirmed that, like, it was one of his daughters. And then, like, they hadn't found his body in, like, ages. Like, I think it was, like, 2 or 3 days after. And I was like, okay, maybe he survived. Like, maybe he actually survived and he's, like, unconscious somewhere. And, like, everybody was like to me, listen, like, people don't survive helicopter crashes. Like, if a helicopter crashes, like, everybody dies.
It's all over.
And then it was just like, yeah, they found his body. And I was like, wow. And then there was that horrible picture of, like, his body as well. And, yeah, it was just...
No, I didn't see that. So then it was Kobe, it was Gianna, it was that whole other family. I think that other family, there were like 2 children that weren't there.
Yeah, so it was literally just 2 children.
And then the rest of the other family, and then the rest of the family. And I was just like, first of all, the erasure of their story as well, kind of just because Kobe is the bigger name. It was like, wow, okay. I don't know, man. It was just, that was just like, yeah, this year ain't really...
It ain't gonna really slap, yeah. And I like, obviously I follow like his wife on Instagram, and like it's just so sad. Like someone even sent her like a gingerbread man like house for Christmas, and it was like to the Bryant family, and then like on one side it had like the 4 of them that are like alive, then on the other side it had Kobe and Gianna, and like they had like little angel wings, and it was just like, oh god. Even like she posted like family pictures, and it was just like the 4 of them. Then like it was a swipey thing, and then you see the picture from just last year where it was all 5 of them, and you're just like, and this is the thing, I think people don't talk about like the anxiety grief brings enough, because I was saying it today that like since my granddad passed, I have such anxiety, like if I don't know where my like loved ones are, or if I haven't heard from them in a while, or if like even like they flip and sneeze, I'm like, oh shit. Because I'm just like, I cannot go through this again.
No, do you know what? I understand what you mean. And like, I've had grandparents die, but like, we weren't really mates like that, yeah. But like, so for example, if like, my boyfriend goes out, yeah, if he's going out late, and I'm like, oh, just message me when you're home or whatever. And like, he doesn't message me. If I wake up in the morning and I haven't heard from him, I'm like, right. And then, you watch bear crime documentaries, my mind starts spinning, and I'm like, oh my God, if this guy actually died, like, what would I actually do?
Yeah.
Or like, I think to myself, like, if my sister died, like, what would I actually do? And if you live in that thought for too long, yeah, it's peak. Like, there's been times I'll live in the thought for too long and I'll start crying, and then I'll be like, wait, stop, they're alive.
They're alive. Yeah,
they're alive. So I can completely understand why a death like that would bring that kind of anxiety, because it's just it's wild. I feel like we need to maybe rap a little bit, lift the mood. Maybe we should talk about like good things about this year. This shouldn't take long. Just talk about like good things, like highlights of the year, just in general, in terms of like, the culture and just,
Yeah, like obviously getting engaged was a good thing. That was great.
Oh yes. The fiance. This time last year, it was just, first of all, this time last year, we weren't even a podcast.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a good thing. We actually started the podcast this year, February the 8th,
and
2020.
we pushed through with all the like roadblocks we had.
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I'm so happy that we started it before the pandemic, because I was was I watching something, was I listening to something, and they were saying that like thousands of podcasts were started like when the pandemic hit, and I'm just so happy that we're not a pandemic podcast. Like, we started before, like we didn't start this podcast in response to being bored in the pandemic. We had planned to start it, and we started it, and then came the pandemic. So I just feel a little bit happy about that.
I feel like if we hadn't started it before the pandemic, I don't know that.
Oh, we wouldn't have started it.
Yeah, so I'm happy we did that. Happy I got a new job where I'm really, really happy. Love the company, love the culture, love my colleagues as well. That's really good. And I'm happy I'm alive, and that most of my family made it through as well. Actually, yeah, like 99% of my family made it through, and like to think we actually did have COVID and none of us died. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah. I think a highlight of this year, so all the personal stuff, like being alive, like work, all that good stuff, love it, yeah. I think a highlight of this year for me, it's going to sound so random, was The Black is King. I really, really loved Black is King. Beyonce's Black is King. You're looking confused. I really loved that production.
Okay.
I really loved it. Do you know why I remembered it? Because I was thinking about starting my website, and how I was happy about starting my website, and then I remembered the article that I did on Black is King thing, and then I was like, oh my God, like I really enjoyed that. And not that I don't care about Beyonce, but like she's cool and I respect her artistry, but like I don't.
But you're not a stan, yeah.
Like I think she's good at what she does. So I just watched it because I was like, oh, Disney Plus is free because I'm on O2, so whatever. And I was really pleasantly surprised. I was like, wow, like this is really, really good.
Yeah,
like, this is really, really good. And like, imagine she hadn't done all the filming stuff before. There's no way that she could have been doing all this stuff
now
in a Panasonic, literally
in a pan of chocolates.
Someone said in a panny D.
So yeah, okay, that's.
I'm thankful for Twitter as well. I feel like Twitter has given me some laughs this year.
Yeah, Twitter's been Twitter's been the highs of highs and the lows of lows.
Oh, honestly, as enraged as I've been, as amused as I've been.
Yeah, literally, there've been some really shitty moments on social media and some great moments. So Twitter has definitely been one of the highs as well. I've laughed like I've never laughed
as
before.
in like David laughed like
literally. So Twitter has been a good one. What else will I say? I did go to Dubai, so that was a good one.
I went to Zanzibar. Yeah, I forgot about that. This is what I'm saying. This year has gone so fast and so slow. Like everything has blurred into one.
Literally, I just remember this was the year that Jada and Will said the bad marriage for life. This is the year of entanglement.
They were doing wordplay in it, but still it wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny. This was the year of that Tyler Perry movie.
Oh The Wig. God, I didn't even watch it. This
was the year of so many things. It's just I cannot believe this was the year of Married at First Sight Love's Blind. Can you believe it?
That was pre-Panna.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Can you believe it?
That's crazy,
fam.
That's wild.
We were all online getting angry at Jessica and this and that. That was this year.
Jessica. That's wild. I feel like that was like March times, no?
No. It was the beginning of the year. I remember I used to watch it on my way to work and back.
No, but I feel like the final was in March.
I don't think so. I think it was in Feb.
I think it was. No, I don't think so. Because I hadn't, like, at work, I started working in like a new site, and I only started working at that site, I think it was like beginning of March. Or maybe it was end of Feb. Maybe it was end of Feb.
I think it was end of Feb. I think it started in Jan
maybe.
And then, yeah.
Because I remember having to like catch up and like be in, because I didn't want spoilers in it. And I was like, Twitter will not care about me not watching it, boys. So I need to.
The thing was that it was out, but people just weren't watching it. Then I started seeing people tweet about it, and then I was like, oh, so it wasn't like the second it came out, it was popping. Like,
yeah, no, but then when people started watching it, obviously, all the episodes were out, so it wasn't like, I think I got up to a point where it was up to date, and we were like waiting. Because you have to wait for the next... Anyway. Yeah. That's mad that was this year as well. That's crazy to me. That's wild.
Yeah. So, all in a panoramic.
I just... Do you have any hopes for 2021? Like, is there anything that you're like, oh... I mean, I'm kind of scared to hope because...
That's how I feel. I'm scared to hope. I'm scared to be like...
I'm scared to voice my hopes.
Yeah, I do have a feeling it'll be a good year. I feel like a lot of stuff that I've wanted for a while will come into fruition, and I feel like it'll be a year of blessings. I feel like a lot of foundation has been laid for good things to come, but I'm scared to trust in that hope or to voice it, because I had a lot of feelings about this year and high hopes, and
same.
In all honesty, if I'm being sincere, it wasn't, I know it sounds crazy because of all the shit I've been through, but it wasn't that bad. Like, it was a bad year. It definitely was the worst year that I've had, but there were also a lot of like blessings as well that happened, and I was just like, because I remember even when my contract ended at my last job and I was so low, I was like, I'm not gonna find anything. You go to apply, and literally like I found a job within a month of finishing my other job.
I remember you being like so upset, and it's like obviously your feelings are valid, but for some reason I was like, why is this girl upset? Like, she's gonna get a job.
No, that's what everybody said.
I was like, and I literally was looking, I was like, fam, this girl gets jobs like...
I know.
I was like, this girl gonna get a job. And I was like, why is this girl upset?
That's what everybody said, but I was like, you don't know what it's like when you go onto LinkedIn and you apply for a job, and in the morning, because you've got all these notifications on, and then by like an hour or two later, there are 700 other applicants. Or you don't know what it's like when you see a job that you know that is so perfect for you, and you already imagine yourself working for this company, and then you don't get the job, or you don't even get
everyone
invited.
I very much know what that's like, and
I think
but
like when it's happening on the scale of like, do you know what I mean?
I mean,
like,
I understand obviously when things are happening to you, they're personal to you, and so all you see is you in the thing. Do you get what I mean? So I get it. Me too. Like, I was looking for a job for the majority of this year. I remember I had left. Anyway, I had left one of the jobs that I was doing just before the panoramic. And so had there not been a panoramic, it would have been easier. I could have got a job like that. Do you know what I mean? But then after, it was like, like every day I'm applying for multiple jobs. And this whole year, I only ended up having 2 interviews the whole year. One resulted in a job, one didn't. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like obviously when you're in your
zone, you only see yourself.
Yeah. And so like it's easier for me to look at your situation and be like, oh, she'll be fine. Like, and you were fine. Yeah. But obviously, when you're in the thick of it, it doesn't feel like
you're going to be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, that was, I mean, it's, I remember when you did get the job, it was really like exciting. I was like, thank the Lord. Now I should stop complaining.
Yeah, no, it's been it's been the highs of highs, and I think it's just that contrast that's exhausting. Sometimes you have some okay years, like 2019 was an okay year for me. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't like the worst. There were like good moments. There were a lot of bads as well. Like it's just, but this year has been like the highs have been really high.
Yeah.
And then the lows have been really
Normally, you're on about a 5, right? But everything is sort of a 5. Maybe some things are 4s, maybe some things are 6s, 7s. But like this year, there were 10s and there were 0s. Do you know what I mean? It's like, whoa.
And sometimes they would come after each other. So just the exhaustion of going from one kind of high to another low is just too much. Yeah.
It's too much. I do think that similar thing, you have hopes and you have things that you want to do. But I think this year literally taught me that like planning is, you know, they say that man plans and God laughs.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like, what's the point? And I'm very much a planner. Like, I'm the kind of person that's like, all right, cool. This is what I want to do. And not necessarily everything has to go to plan, but like, I have a general idea of what it is I'm trying to do, trying to achieve and all that good stuff. So this year, I had so many holidays booked. Like, I had plans. I had so many things that I had planned to do or thought I was going to do. And I didn't really get to do many of them.
Yeah.
So I think this year's also taught me to just be flexible and kind of go with the flow to some extent.
Yeah.
And I hate that, but I need that because clearly, like, you cannot control
anything.
I
just think for next year, I hope that obviously our podcast continues to grow.
This is what I was going to say. When we listen back to this next year, what do you want? Like, what do you want to tell the future us? So, hey sis, how you doing in 2021?
I'd say, hey sis, how you doing? You look good.
Look good.
That
you look
rock
blessed.
Looking good. You are blessed.
Shiny.
You are married. Actually, would I be married by then? Well,
no, we'd be married by then.
By this, I would have done one. Yeah, the traditional. Okay. But yeah, I would just want to say, like, girl, look at where you are now. Look at how far you've come. Look at the opportunities that have come from this podcast. Look at who you worked with. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Look at what you guys have achieved and continue to grow and don't stop till you get enough.
Yeah, I agree. I want to tell myself that too. I also want to be able to say to 2021 me in December 2021, well done sis for not cutting your hair, because you were really tempted. You really were. You were so tempted, but you didn't.
Me, Jesus.
But you didn't cut your hair and you were continuing on with this natural hair journey. So well done, sis. That is what I want to say to myself.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing from the pain.
Girl, but you know what? Yeah.
The snip snap.
No. It's only been snip. It's only been snip because I actually snap, not snip because I'm trying not to cut. But basically, when I took out my braids, I was washing my hair and I was like, oh my gosh, like my hair is like basically natural, like and basically natural. Yeah, and I was like, this is crazy that like I've just been doing braids so that I don't cut my hair. Guys, I'm so sorry if you're not interested in this. I just need to get this out. So yeah, so like then I was like, all right, cool. This whole year coming up to 2021, I'm gonna just braids, twist, a wig here and there, and then see where I'm at next year. Because I've decided that maybe I'll just cut my hair for my 30th and then I'll just live my life as a short-haired babe because that's what I really want to do. But then I also want to know what my hair is like naturally because my mum has relaxed my hair since I was like 4. So I want to know what it looks like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you should. My only hope for my 30th is that I'm not pregnant, just had a baby.
For your 30th? Oh, you'll definitely have had a baby by then.
No, I would... No. Can we actually discuss this? No, can we discuss this? I'm doing my traditional at the end of next year.
Okay.
And then the white at the beginning of the year 2022. So
okay,
I'll be 28 when I get married.
What, your white wedding?
Yeah. Would I be no, because I'm going to be 28 next year. And then, I'll be 28, about to turn 29 when I get married.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'd want like a year of just
I know what you would want.
But I'm not going
to get pregnant. But I also know what you are like.
I am not going to get pregnant.
Do you know what? I don't want to... I'm not trying to do business.
I want to open McDonald's.
Pregnant. So I'm not trying to put businesses on Front Street in it, so I'm going to stop talking. But obviously, like...
No.
Okay. Anyway, you heard it here first.
I asked this one thing of him. I said, obviously, I do want like a Range Rover and a Birkin, but the one thing I've asked of him, well, actually Tesla now. The one thing I've asked of him is, please do not put me in any state of pregnancy on my 30th. I don't want to be
Does it just take one? Does it just take one person to get pregnant, or does it take two?
But I
so
know
are you not one of the people involved?
Yeah, I know what I really
okay, and
want,
I know you. Anyway, do you know what? Cool.
Okay, guys, can we refer back to this episode?
Of course we will.
For my 30th, and then when I am not in any form of pregnancy,
when I'm carrying, do you know, even as I'm listening to this back at age 30, I'm carrying your child in my arms now.
I literally have said to him, like, from the 15th of June we can start trying, but I don't want to, because I want to drink.
Like, I want to live my best life in my 30s. Like, I think up until like 35, like if there wasn't the whole like risk thing and the whole like baby thing and stuff like that, like if the whole eggs thing wasn't a thing, then I think I'd have a kid at 35.
But exactly. Do you really feel like you wouldn't have would you look at your life and think you haven't lived your best life? Because I feel like I feel like when I look at my life, I don't feel like, because I was reading this thing about like Larsa Pippen and how she said she wasted her 20s and her 30s being a wife and a mother, and now she's like 50 doing all this surgery so she can keep up with 20-something-year-olds, which is ridiculous. But
it's wild that she's acknowledged that and is continuing to do that, but okay, go off this.
Literally. I don't feel like I can ever look back on my life and be like, oh, I didn't enjoy myself. Yeah, I always can say that there was more I could have done, or there's more I wanted from life. But at each position I was in, did I like enjoy myself with the means I had available? Yes. And I think that's a very important way for women to start to look at that. I'm not trying to police anybody's uterus or anybody's ovaries.
Yeah, do what you want, obviously.
Do what you want. But I feel like sometimes like we all kind of say this whole thing about, okay, I will enjoy, and there's no guarantee that in your 30s you'll look back and be like, oh, I enjoyed myself to the max if you do or don't have kids. And I just feel like you find women who then reach like their 40s and their 50s and they look around and they're like, oh, I did all this stuff, it's great, but now I actually wish I had like kids, and then you're scrambling.
So 2 points. One is that I just feel like in order to live the life that I would like to live, kids or no kids, I don't yet have the funds, and those funds will come as I get older I enter my 30s. That's the main thing. Second thing, I remember listening to this thing where one woman was basically saying like, if you in your heart of hearts know that you do not want to have children, or if you are okay with the thought of not ever having children, then you know, that's fine. But like, if there's even a little part of you that thinks you may want to have kids, then that's something you need to consider before it's too late, and then it becomes a decision made for you because you can't have kids. So that's the thing. I think, fine. I mean, my mum had me at 34. She had my sister at 36. There's so many stories of people who have kids. Like, I have a cousin who had a kid at like 40 or something like that. Like, it's very, very possible. I think it's just more difficult. I think that kids are obviously a responsibility. Like, right now, I do think I live my best life as much as I can within my means that I have right now. And part of that is because I have no mortgage, I have no husband, I have no children. I literally am just me. Like, obviously there are people in your life you care about and you look out for and stuff, but like, ultimately it's really just me. Yeah, it's really just
GC style.
I'm just doing me. And I just feel like kids are, if everybody thought about children with the weight that they actually carry, I don't think that
we'd have as many kids in the world.
Exactly. And therefore I feel like the kids that were had would be had like intentionally, and you know,
in better environments,
exactly. And I just don't think everybody's meant to be, maybe this is another episode, but I just don't think everybody's meant to be parents. Just because you can have, like, being a parent is the only job where you no qualifications required. You just need ovaries and sperm,
a penis. That's
it. That's all you need. Like, that's literally all you need. You don't need any IQ tests. You don't need any qualifications. You don't need.
And apparently, to be the American president also, but that's a different story.
The same thing. You can just do that one. All else you need is money. But
and a fake tan, a very shit one.
Fake tan, and just no comb allowed. And so I just feel like
that's the PM. Trump is a toupee. Our PM doesn't use a comb or a tailor. Huh?
Oh yeah, the tailors are lacking. Yeah, fair. But yeah, I just think, you know, thinking about having kids, I really want to be in a place where I'm like, you know, I don't think anyone's ever fully ready to be a parent. Because how, you know, but like you can be more better. Ready. You can be better prepared.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with you in this.
Maybe that's more it than I just want to live my best life, because you can live a best life version with children.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously, I'm going to leave mine with you, so I don't even know why I'm complaining, because nothing will change.
No, I completely agree with you, and I think it all comes down to if you want kids and if you don't. I mean, I've always felt like I think we even had this conversation the other day when I was saying to you, like, I've always felt like it was my, not destiny to be a mother, but...
Oh, yeah, that's something that you've always wanted.
Beyond wanting, I feel like it's something I was meant to do, kind of thing. And so I've always wanted it. I've always had it in the back of my mind from as... I think it was when my siblings were born that I understood what motherhood was about and taking care of a kid. I've always had it in the back of my mind, like, this is something I want to do, and always had that in the forefront. Even before I met my fiance, I kind of had a plan of when I got to a certain age, doing this on my own, just to make sure I got the opportunity to be a mother.
I remember.
So I feel like it's something that's always like been very important to me, and obviously I'd be devastated if I looked back and I was like, a decision I made then prevented me from having that chance. But I don't know, I feel like you've said, I agree with you, it's about being ready. And, you know, obviously if you feel like you're not getting ready and you want to freeze your eggs, then doing that and just taking the responsible steps to like prepare yourself for whichever path you choose to take, and being intentional with that path and understanding what it means to be like a parent. I think if a lot more people did that, like you said, it would be a better world. So
I do think our generation are more aware of this. I feel like we're kind of dismantling the whole, you need to be married by 25, you need to have a kid by 27, like that kind of thing. And because we are being more intentional with the decisions that we make about ourselves and about our lives, that I'm hoping that leads to more kids being born because their parents want them to be here, not as a retirement plan, not as, you know, house help, but as like, you know, I want this child. I want to be a parent to this child. So, I don't know how we got here. Oh yeah, because when we listen to this at age 30, I'll be holding a child. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's how we got here.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
My gosh.
Actually, you know what? You could be, because there's like a year between us. Well, there's a few months. So I'm
saying when you're 30. Don't try and do disclaimers. I'm not trying to do small print either. I'm saying when you are 30. So when I'm 29, when I'm 29,
I think what I'm going to do is from that year, from that year, like approaching my birthday, there'll just be no sex, because you can't have babies. You don't have sex. You are not going to be able to do that. Oh gosh, I need to think about what I'm going to do. But all I know is that I cannot. Because I was just thinking, you know, like when you've had a baby, also you're breastfeeding, so you have the pregnancy.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. My boob's getting big from the milk.
Okay, but you can't drink, sis.
Oh shit.
Yeah, unless you're gonna have a drunken sailor as a baby.
I'm sure they would have done technology by then.
There's no technology to prevent the whatever. The only thing you can do is, if you know you're going on a night out, you express the milk.
Yeah. That's
and
what
then but then it's so long, because you have to express the milk. Then when you drink, I can't remember how long it takes for it to leave your system. So I think the next day, whatever milk you produce, then the baby can't drink. You just have to express that, throw it away, and then.
Do you know what? I probably just won't drink. Like, it's actually not that deep. Like, I probably just won't drink. Why'd you face like that?
You drink at any excuse.
I haven't drank today.
Oh, let me drink.
Let's celebrate gravity.
Fam. Oh, I can breathe. I had
but you know today. What? I wouldn't have been able to drink anyway during my whole pregnancy. So by the 9th month, what's another month? How long do you breastfeed for?
Like a crack addict.
How long do you breastfeed for?
I want to breastfeed for a year and a half, but everyone keeps telling me
your
that's
baby's
ridiculous.
Gonna be like 8, just on the
tip. I'm like, no, it's fine. It's good for him.
I'm gonna be like, if you don't with your teeth.
Did you ever watch Little Britain, where they had that little skit where the guy was like always like getting breast milk from his mum, and he was like 30 something.
Oh my god, I'm sure there's someone out there like that.
Literally, but I don't know. There's so many things I just can't imagine being okay with my kid. Like, not like I can't imagine how I'm going to be like when I have to stop breastfeeding. I'm going to be devastated. I don't know how I'm going to be.
You know what? I'm actually going to have to kidnap your child sometimes and be like, look, escape, be free from the clutches of love, because I'm like, you are going to be insufferable.
Literally, how am I going to even this whole going to school? I will be crying at the door when my kid goes to school. Said this whole
going to school. Anyway, if the Rona's still a thing, then you can do it from home, so it's alright.
Oh, good. Literally, I understand why parents are like, kids are growing up. Like, whenever Kylie's like, oh, like my Stormy's about to be 4 and mummy's not okay. I'm like, every day your child grows up, they become more independent and they leave you. Well, not leave you, but they're not.
They don't need you as much.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
but that's the whole point. You did a good job.
No, I want
do you know what I think it is? I feel like obviously this might be completely wrong, but I feel like So, like, you're with your man, and then you have your kid. It's like, oh, my day's amazing, la, la, la. And as your kid gets older, it's like, yes, get out, and I can chill with my man again.
Maybe I feel that way when I actually have kids, because it's not all going to be, like, puppies and rainbows.
No, I don't think you will. I think you're going to be exactly as you're describing. I think you're going to be insufferable. I feel like someone's going to want to hold your kid, and you're going to be like, no, I want to just... And I'll be like, sis, sort it out. We'll be like, oh, yeah, we're going on a girls' weekend. Oh, can I bring... No. And I'm like, no, you cannot. What are you doing?
I will let people hold my baby. You have to hold the baby in the way I tell you to hold it.
You know, in the office where, like, Pam has a baby and she's like, you have to use hand sanitizer.
Yeah, and then Michael
he rubs it on his trousers.
Like, again, without the pants. Like, that's going to be me. I've always said this. I have, like, a lot of love for my children. I don't even have them yet. I don't know if anybody else feels this. Comment and let us know. But I feel such a deep love for kids that I don't even know what they look like. But I already love them so much.
I already know you're going to be insufferable. And that's why when I say I'm going to leave my kids there, it'll just be another kid to love. Like, you have so much to go around. I don't see why it should only be on one child.
I always think about, like, when you guys drop your kids over and then we can, like, make pancakes, or, you know how you can do the mini pizza parties?
Yeah, little finger painting and stuff.
Yeah, and then, like, we can have, like, tents in the garden and they can play, like, you know, games, and then, it's going to be so cute.
Yeah, of course. But it depends, obviously. If you're 30, then yours might be, it's not old. They won't be old enough to babysit mine, will they?
No. I'm not, and then that's another thing. I don't want to be pregnant alone, so we're all gonna have to, like, kind of, like, at least one or two of us are gonna have to sink it.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I didn't stutter.
Wait, so you just like, obviously you could.
I can't.
You can be pregnant by yourself. Like, you can be the pregnant one.
I don't want to be.
What if someone has had a child already?
Oh, that's.
Or is it that at the time that you're pregnant, you don't want to be the only pregnant one? Because that's weird.
No, yeah, I guess if someone's had a child, it's fine. I don't want to be the only and first going through it. I don't want the two combinations. I don't mind being pregnant alone if someone's been through it already. I also don't mind going through it with someone, but I don't want to be the first and alone. And also, I think about my kids, because I'm the eldest of all my family friends, and it's not fun.
Yeah, you're alone.
My siblings all have, like, are all, like, really good friends with my family friends, and although I have some that I'm friends with, but, like, I think it's nicer when you're all the same age. You don't always feel like the one, like, just on the outskirts.
Okay, well, if you're doing... Okay, well, we'll see what happens with you in it, but... Okay.
I have high hopes for you being shortly after me. I'm in the same vicinity.
Don't listen to her. Okay, so our hopes for 2021 is to not get pregnant. To not plan as much.
To be where the money resides.
Where the money resides.
I'm not joking. That's literally like what I want.
That's where I want to be. Location, where the money reside.
Literally.
That's where I'm trying to be, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Primarily.
Yeah. And then we can live our best lives, literally. My best life.
Do you know what? I am still oh, my laptop's about to die. I am still hopeful for next year. Like, I don't want to be a negative Nancy.
Yeah.
I'm still hopeful. There's so many things that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, and I'm hopeful for this podcast.
Yeah.
I really am. I like, it's really been a highlight for me of 2020, because it just reminded me that when we put our mind to something, we can do it. Even like the whole rebrand that we did in the summer. Like, everything clicked. Yeah, everything just clicked. And I remember when we first started it, and we were kind of like, oh yeah, look, we like this concept, let's just do something. If not, we're never going to get it done. And, like, we'll figure it out. If it changes, it changes. And then being able to kind of, like, I don't know, it just felt good. I just felt like, yeah, this is right. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Like, this is a good use of this platform.
Yeah.
It's a podcast. It's different to other ones. Like, it's entertaining. Yeah, so it just makes me really happy to think that we actually did this. We talked about it and we did it. Yeah. And the fact that we spoke about it on WhatsApp as well, like, there are screenshots of us discussing this. So it's really, really, like, it's really crazy to me. Yeah, it makes me so happy.
It does. But guys, make sure that you share this podcast with your friends. That's another thing we want in 2021. We want you guys to share the content.
Yeah,
we want you guys to subscribe. We want you guys to comment. We want you guys to rate us on iTunes. All these things help push us up into the charts and the suggestions, and the more kind of exposure we have, the better content we can give you guys. So
exactly,
just keep sharing with your friends, and thank you for rocking with us.
Honestly, for this year and for the years to come. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! honestly, like, we're looking forward to bringing you so much more content and some extra content, Instagram content and stuff like that. So just keep your eyes peeled, watch this space. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter at 2girls1doc.
Yep, you can find where can they find you?
On Facebook.
Oh yeah, Facebook.
On Facebook, you can find me at bdoneyewear.com, and also Instagram, Twitter, bdoneyewear, and we can find you at
4 ends with 2 underscores on Twitter and Instagram, and also Character Replay. I have a new podcast dropping in 2021, so make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter with that as well, and we'll be providing you with some great content in the interim.
What are we doing next? What's our first documentary of 2021? Oh my god.
We are doing... Oh gosh, okay. Actually, you guys, you know I'm really bad at remembering the title. But do you remember the title?
I think it's Secrets of Sugar Baby.
Yeah, something to do with Sugar Baby.
Basically, something that links in with the fact that we're trying to be where the money resides.
Exactly.
So, I think it's called Secrets of Sugar Babies or whatever. But either way, I'm going to play the trailer for you guys now so you can have a listen to that.
And if you see me on any Sugar Baby website, close your eyes, mind your business.
Mind your business. Mind your business. And just know that we're trying to be where the money resides. Where the money resides. Where the money resides. Well, thanks, guys, for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
What is it that you do then?
I maintain a relationship with these men.
So it has all the elements of a normal relationship?
Yeah, just I'm being financially supported.
I'm Tiffany Sweeney, and I'm going to be stepping into the world of sugar dating.
I'm putting myself out there for men to just look at me and decide if they think they want to offer me something.
I go undercover and try sugar dating for myself, joining over 3.5 million people using sugar dating websites here in the UK.
I'm scared, so I'm just going to be like...
Sugar babies aim to find rich sugar daddies or mamas who will give them a monthly allowance. They can receive thousands of pounds in cash, as well as expensive gifts.
I think a lot of sugar babies desire name brand products, specifically luxurious brands such as Chanel.
But what are some sugar babies expected to give in return?
No, he's just spelled it out. He's just said, fucking in all its varied forms.
The websites say sugar dating is a way to pay off debts and network.
Do you accept that you are facilitating sex for money on your website?
No, absolutely not.
But how easy is it to start sugar dating and end up in sex work?
You have all this money in your hand and you just had sex for 20 minutes. For 20 minutes, why am I not going to do this again?
I feel like I've entered the world of sex work.